Speaking of little guys, you did throw around Eli Everfly and Chris Bay, the two winners of the Young Gun events. Ended up getting a little too aggressive, a couple disqualifications, but that thirst for competition then led to that series of matches with Brian Cage. What was it like that first time locking horns with Cage?
That was surreal because Cage is one of the guys, you know, obviously being into my body and into working out and that presence of wanting to have that superhero look ever since I even stepped foot, or before I stepped foot in a ring. Cage was one of those guys who was doing it years before me, and he was the effing machine before anyone knew who Hammerstone was. I used to watch Cage. So that was a first time encounter, despite being in the same place at the same time over and over. The match never happened until here in PCW ULTRA. So it was a moment when the lights were on, we were center stage, and we're looking at, 1,000 fans here in the building cheering. It was surreal, and it was tough. It was a moment where I knew I couldn't play the same game I played with Everfly or with Bay. I knew I had to pull out every trick in my book, but that's what forced me to adapt, and that's what forced me to bring what I'm bringing today.
In the rematch, you did just that. I think Cage maybe took you out of your comfort zone at times, and you got a victory over Brian Cage in the rematch, utilizing and executing the pedigree to give the 1, 2, 3. Was that a case of Hammerstone giving the fans what they want, or were you sending a message to a certain someone?
That was a case of pulling tricks out of my book, you know, and the thing was, I could have hit the pedigree at any time, but it got to the point where I don't even think Cage thought I ever would. I think he, just like everybody else, bought into my game, saw me go for it, never give it, never hit it, because it's a mind game. It's a mind game, and if you throw someone off their game, you're talking about Cage making me pull new tricks out. He might have thought he was working me, but I was working him. And the thing was, he never expected me to hit that pedigree, and I don't think it's a move he prepared for. So once I planted his face in the mat, you know, the pendulum didn't work on Cage. The bicycle kick didn't work on Cage, but that put him down. So it wasn't a message to anybody except Brian Cage on that.